Hello, Andrew Eifert here with another product review. I'm going to be reviewing and you can see that it is a Celestion G12 8-ohm Vintage 30. Now this particular model, if I want to take the word of who I bought it from, it was made in England, and of course it has all the writing on the side of the amp that it was made in England, and it's brand new, and consequently it was quite hard to find one that was made in England. The research that I've done on this particular speaker says the one in England is a little better than the one made in China, so I ended up finding it. I was able to find it from a Mesa Boogie part distributor. As far as I can tell, and I did a lot of searching on Google, they're the only company that sells this particular speaker that is made in England. Anyway, all that out the story. Let's just go a little background on this amplifier. Originally, back in the early 80s when I bought this, it had, the original speaker with it, which sounded great. Eventually, I ended up joining a heavy metal band when I actually had some hair on my head. And to my surprise, I blew the original speaker. Well, I ran out and I replaced it with a Carvin Vintage Series V12 8-ohm 100-watt capacity speaker, because I wanted to continue playing in that band, but I didn't want to blow an another speaker again. Anyway, so I had that speaker in this thing since the early 90s. And to continue on, there's a YouTuber, I'm forgetting his name. He's I guess he's a Swedish guy. I think his name is John Johnson. I'm sure I'm getting that name right. I will put his name in the links and you can look at his channel if you like. But he's convinced me that speakers make all the difference in the world. And of course, where I've already knew that to a certain extent, I just didn't realize how important they were. I mean, we're talking, he's done YouTube videos where he's used really sleazy, cheap amplifiers, hooked them up to Class A vintage speakers, and was getting an amazing sound out of it. So anyway, just to continue why my journey to buying this particular speaker. I mean, obviously everyone has a different point of view as far as sound goes and what they're looking for. I personally, with this amp, I found that I wasn't getting more of the high end that I liked with it. And this particular speaker, it does that. But, if I ever needed to dial back that high end, I can always just use the treble control and turn it down. I really can't understand why anyone would buy some of the other vintage speakers that are better for the mid and low end, but don't have the capacity to get the treble. So in my mind, I wanted that so I could control the overall sound in any different room or whatever more. And actually, this is only the second time I've actually played this speaker. I haven't really been experimenting too much with the clean channel. Mainly just been hitting the dirty channel. But anyway, I have an older video with the old speaker that I'll put a link to, so you can click back and forth to the two different speakers in this thing, and you can see if I've made a good choice. But personally, the speaker is not even broke in yet, and I already like the sound better. A little background, I guess I'm a musician who kind of prefers the more cleaner sounds that I can get out of this Marshall amp, but I'm finding the crunchier sounds that I can get with this particular speaker is considerably better than it was. There's this more kind of sizzle that wasn't there before, because I guess you can get into the higher registers with the speaker as opposed to some of the other ones I was doing. Anyway, so let's just get into it. Now this is the clean channel. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play that well because my finger is still a little messed up. I cut it pretty bad, but I have it tuned to E, and I'm just going to strum some chords for you, basically. If I dial back the treble a little bit, give it a little more volume maybe. Basically, with this speaker, I truly believe that I'm getting more cleaner sounds out of this amp. Now that's with the reverb off. The reverb. I really think that it gives a really nice, clean sound with this speaker. Now, obviously, I can get more distorted sounds out of this this clean channel. Let's face it, if you can't get a good clean tone out of your amp, you're not going to be able to fix that and augment it with any pedals. You have to be able to get a good clean sound, and I think this speaker is really kind of delivering that to me. But listen to the distortion channel on this. If I want to get even more distorted, thing about this amp, I found that the more distorted you get, the more the treble on this amp really kind of kicks up. So if I back that off, I'll crank up the mid a little bit. Anyway, that's my demonstration of this new speaker, and I have to say, I'm liking it. I think it's a lot tighter than the other speaker. It gives me more flexibility as far as getting some more treble in this amplifier. The clean sounds are cleaner for some reason or other, which really doesn't make any sense to me. The speaker was $145 brand new with free shipping from the company. I don't know if I want to actually give out the name. I guarantee you, if you Google, I mean, maybe, in fact, I'll just use this as an experiment. If you Google a Celestion Vintage 30 speaker made in England, this is the only company you're going to be able to get it from. It is a Mesa Boogie replacement speaker part. Anyway, Andrew Eifert signing off. Please subscribe to my site and like this video. It'll help me get some better equipment to do maybe some proper editing. I'm just filming this straight through. I haven't done a single cut. I'm gotten pretty good at that, but anyway, Andrew Eifert signing off. Again, leave any comments you want. More than happy to answer anything, any questions that you have, I should say. And have a good day. Signing off.